Okay, so hello everyone. So in this video we'll discuss the new concept, that is with the new chapter, power amplifier. So we have gone through the voltage amplifier, current amplifier. So now the power amplifier. So as you know, amplifier is a device which boosts the signal. So whenever the signal is weak, so to make it strong or to strengthen the signal level, we use amplifier. So voltage amplifier is something which boost the voltage signal. Current amplifier is something which where strengthen the current. So power amplifier is something which strengthen the power. Okay, so it is also called large signal amplifier. It is also called large signal amplifier. So why it is called large signal amplifier is, so it provides a large output voltage. So power amplifier is also called large signal amplifier, provides a very large output voltage across low impedance load or low resistance low impedance load. Okay, so power amplifier provides a very large output voltage across low impedance load. So whenever the load which we use is which has a low resistance or low impedance, then we need a power amplifier. Okay, so for example, example power amplifier is audio amplifier. So audio amplifier is a kind of power amplifier. So the speakers usually will have a very less resistance. Okay, so since it has a very less resistance, so there will be a more current. So that is, we are sourcing a large amount of current. So this, now the amplifier what we use here will do not have a, the voltage amplifier or current amplifier will do not have a capacity to sustain such amount of current or voltage. Okay, so in such case we use a audio amplifier, which is a power amplifier which produces a large output voltage across a low impedance load. Okay, so typically when we need a power of more than 1 watt, so when we are working on a more than 1 watt, so then we need a power amplifier. Okay, so power amplifier is also called large signal amplifier. So develops a large output voltage across a load impedance which is a low impedance load. So example of a power amplifier is audio amplifier. So that supplies a AC output power to the speaker. So it provides a AC output power to the speaker. Okay, so now coming to the classification. So this is very important. So classification of a power amplifier. So on what basis we classify the power amplifier? So we classify the power amplifier, so depending on the Q point, that is also called quiescent point, Q point or quiescent point, quiescent point on the load line. Okay, so depending, so one of the factors which classifies the power amplifier is Q point. So where is the Q point on the DC load line? So we have a DC load line which we draw VCE versus IC. So we draw a load line. So where does the Q point exist, whether here or on the x-axis or below the axis? So this Q point classifies the power amplifier also. And also, so the amount of output signal varies. So how the output signal varies over one cycle. Okay, so how the output signal varies over the one cycle for a full for a full cycle of input signal. Okay, suppose we have a input signal for a full cycle input signal. So what is the output signal for a full input signal? So depending on that also, these are the two factors which classifies the power amplifier. One is Q point, that is where does the Q point exist in the DC load line, and second one is how much amount of output signal varies for a full cycle input. That is, if we give a input signal for full cycle, how much amount of output we get for a full cycle. So that will also, this is also the one of the factor which classifies the power amplifier. So depending on these two factors, we have, first one is class A, second one is class B, third one is class C, fourth one is class AB, and the last one is class D amplifier. Okay, so the amplifier are classified depending on the Q point on the DC load line, and also for a full cycle of input signal how much output is varied. So these are the two factors which classifies the power amplifier. Okay, so now we'll see what happens in the class A amplifier. So the power amplifier is said to be class A amplifier if the Q point and the input signal are selected such that output signal is obtained for a full input cycle. Okay, so our Q point and the input signal are selected such that for the full input signal we get is obtained for a full input signal output. Suppose this is the input signal we are giving, and for the class A amplifier we'll get complete output signal. So this is class A amplifier. If this is input signal and this is output signal. Okay, so class A amplifier, the power amplifier is said to be class A amplifier if the Q point and the input signal are selected such that output signal is obtained for a full input signal. Okay, so for class A amplifier, the transistor remains in the active region. So transistor operating in the, that is Q point, will lie in a active region in the mid of the DC load line. Okay, so and the efficiency of the class A amplifier so lies between 25% to 50%. So the efficiency lies between 25% to 50%. So I'll repeat again, the power amplifier is said to be class A amplifier if the Q point and the input signal is selected such that output signal is obtained for a full input signal, for a full input cycle. Okay, so for a class A amplifier, the Q point lies in the active region. The efficiency of the class A amplifier is between 25% to 50%. So now we'll see what is class B amplifier. So the power amplifier is said to be class B amplifier. So if the Q point and the input signal is selected such that output signal is obtained only for one half cycle of for a full input signal. That is, output for a full cycle of input we are getting only one half cycle. That is, we are getting only one half cycle for a full input cycle. Okay, so such when we get a such output, we call it as a class B amplifier. So here Q point lies on the x axis of the transistor. Suppose Q point lies on the x-axis. Okay, so that is it operates in the cutoff region. It is on the x-axis, means it is in the cutoff region. Okay, so the efficiency of class B amplifier is up to 78.5%. Okay, I'll repeat again. The power amplifier is said to be class B amplifier if the Q point and the input signal are selected such that the output signal is obtained only for one half cycle for a full input cycle. So we are giving full input signal, but we are getting only half cycle. So that says the Q point lies in the x-axis, that is, it is operating in the cutoff region. So the efficiency of the class B amplifier is 78.5%. So now the class C amplifier. So in class C amplifier is said to be a class C amplifier if the Q point and the input signal are selected such that output is obtained for less than half cycle for a full input signal. That is, for the full input signal we are getting, so I am putting it dot, less than half cycle. Okay, for the full input signal. So such an amplifier we call it as a class C amplifier. So here Q point is shifted below the x-axis. So it is shifted below the x-axis. Okay, so the efficiency of class C amplifier is said to be 100%. The efficiency of class C amplifier is said to be 100%. So a power amplifier is said to be class C amplifier if the Q point and the input signal are selected such that the output signal is obtained for less than half cycle for a full input signal. Okay, so now what is class B amplifier? So class B amplifier is a mixture of class A and class B. So power amplifier is said to be class AB amplifier if the Q point and the input signal are selected such that output signal is obtained for more than 180 degree. So output signal is obtained more than 180 degree and less than 360 degree for a full input cycle. Okay, for a full input signal, output signal is obtained more than 180 degree and less than 360 degree. So here the Q point shifted above x-axis but below the midpoint of the load line, that is somewhere here. The Q point will be somewhere here. So suppose if we have a input for a full input, so we get more than 180 degree. So this is 180 degree but less than 360 degree. So this much we get. Okay, so that is output signal. For a full input signal we are getting output signal more than 180 degree but less than 360 degree. So the last one is the class D amplifier. So in class D amplifier, so we call it is also a switching amplifier. So here this class D amplifier works on a pulse. So that is digital pulse we give, zeros and 1. Okay, so the input signal whatever we give, we need to convert it into a pulse waveform. So before driving a large power load, and again we need to convert back into a sine wave to recover the original signal. So that's why it is called switching amplifier, that is on off on off. So class D amplifier works on a pulses. Okay, so these are the different types of classification of power amplifiers, which is very important. Okay, so depending on the Q point and depending on the how much the output signal varies for a full input signal, we have classified the power amplifier into class A, class B, class C, class AB and class D amplifier. Thank you.